I mean, it's the start of training camp. No matter what, it's always an exciting time of year, right?
Yeah, this is definitely there's a lot that goes into this to get to this point. So really excited, finally get to put this group together and see what they've got.
You talk about putting the group together, but a lot of them are the same group from a year ago, right? I mean, how common or uncommon is that to have practically the entire team back season to season?
Yeah, we definitely had some significant changes this year. We have a lot of guys that are back and returning, and then a lot of new faces here. So good mix. We're really excited to kind of put them together and see them start to mesh and build that chemistry.
You're still a little over a month away from your first regular season game, but at the start of camp, what are the first couple of objectives you like to get going?
I think, like I said before, chemistry is definitely a big part of that. It's kind of seeing how guys fit to play with each other. We want to see guys establish themselves. Some of the returning players, maybe more of a leadership role. So each individual is going to be a little bit different, but we want to see guys embrace the opportunity and make the most of their potential, and know that's good for us if every player is progressing and getting better, and if it's a new player coming in, then we see their full potential, and anybody that's returning, they hopefully have gotten better from years past. So definitely a big part of that is each individual is going to be a little bit different.
You have what seems to be nothing but smiling faces here right now. Guys are happy to be here, and I think that has to play into culture, right? So how much do you and head coach Mike Hazen discuss culture, build a culture, and kind of set that standard on day one?
I think that's one of our top priorities. Obviously, they have to have the skill set, the compete level, the athleticism, all the tools that they need to have success on the floor. But culture since day one has been a big thing that we're preaching, and we're focusing on making sure we have the right guys in the locker room that are going to help us have the success that we're looking for. We think we owe that to everybody in the locker room to make sure that they have the right guys sitting beside them and knowing that the guy beside them is going to put the work in. And for us, like there's different ways to win, but I think culturally having the right guys, knowing that we can trust them, knowing that they're going to be leaned on and expected a lot from, but in the end they're going to be all in on everything we do and completely buy into the team.
And to kind of expand on that a little bit more, you're talking about getting the right players from a talent perspective, but the right people as well in the dressing room.
Yeah, again, that's a big part of it. I think being an athlete is you have a skill set, but the type of person that you are is just as important to us. So again, that goes to our culture. Making sure we have the right people. We have a group of guys here that get it. They know what's expected of them, and it's not just about the performance on the floor, which is very important. But I think a lot of what we do outside of that and the type of people that we do have, the results are gonna come on the floor because of the group that we have and the type of people that we have within our organization.
What does making the playoffs for this organization last year do for the team going into the new season?
It depends on how you look at it. I think the experience definitely helps. Getting to a point where we made the playoffs, you can look at it as an accomplishment. I think after that game, there was a lot of players and us as staff. We were disappointed in ways of not getting to the ultimate goal, but know that we have a lot of work to do. So it definitely helps with the experience. I think it helps with hopefully the kind of the fire that you need to strive for that goal, and know that the teams that we're playing against, there's a lot of very good, skilled, talented teams and teams that are very tough to play against. We want to get there. So I think that definitely does help us, but we can't look at last year, in a sense of like, hey, we're going to take that next step. We got to continue to work at that. And if we don't put the work in, it's already started, right? But throughout training camp and every game this season, then, we might not be back there. So we expect to be back there. That's something that, is one of our goals, to be back in the playoffs, but it's not going to be, easy, and it's not going to be given to us. We got to go out there and earn it.
You played in this league for a long time. Very unique look to the NLL this season. You're going to play everybody unified standings as opposed to an East and Western Conference. What are pros and cons, if any, to that change in schedule?
I think it's going to be more true of like overall standings and knowing where teams end up. We have traditionally had, two different divisions. Having everybody play against each other, we're gonna know who the top 8 teams are. It's a little bit challenging when it comes to having 15 teams, and teams are all over North America when it comes to the logistics of it. But I think we did the right thing, and it's going to be interesting to be able to play every team once. There's no easy games, so having to play 1 or 2 teams, potentially 3 times, sometimes can be difficult. And obviously we have four teams that will play twice, but I think it's good for us. I think it'll actually kind of give us the best idea, and the top 8 teams are going to be the top 8 teams in the playoffs.